As continued protests against the Kenyan finance bill rock the country, thousands of Kenyans have taken to the streets to protest, chanting, "RUTO must go." Reports say 2 persons have been declared dead and several hundreds of people wounded as police fend off protesters. In a crazy turn of events, a Kenyan police officer, Inspector David Maina, accidentally blew up his hands during a protest in Nairobi last week. The police officer attached to the Rapid Deployment Unit was facing off with protesters in the Nairobi city center on Tuesday when he accidentally blew up his hands with the explosive. During the face-off, police used water cannons and tear gas to disperse the protesters. Sadly, Inspector David Maina lost both of his hands after a tear gas canister detonated in his hands. He is currently admitted in Nairobi West Hospital where he is undergoing treatment after losing his hands. Recall that the Kenyan Finance Bill protests, known by the hashtag Reject Finance Bill 2024, are a series of ongoing decentralized mass protests in Kenya against a proposed tax increase by the government of Kenya in parliament. It is being largely led by Gen Z Kenyans. The protests aim to put pressure on lawmakers and members of the Kenyan parliament to reject the Kenyan Finance Bill 2024. These demonstrations were primarily fueled by anger over the rising cost of living and growing taxes. Lawmakers are expected to meet on June 25 to vote on proposed changes to the bill. Meanwhile, the protesters have called for a nationwide strike in civil disobedience on the same day. The movement escalated on June 20, with gatherings reported in Nairobi, Eldoret, Garissa, and 8 other cities in Kenya. Security forces were deployed to contain the protest using water cannons and tear gas, while reports also indicated the use of live ammunition. Clashes resulted in at least 2 protesters being killed and more than 200 injured. Human rights advocates have claimed that Kenyan police have arrested over 100 protesters. Kenyan President William Ruto says he is very happy that as Kenyans, they are having a healthy conversation about taxes.
I am very happy as a leader in Kenya that we are having a conversation about taxes and about debts and about what we need to do about it. This is the best thing that happened to Kenya, that we are having a conversation on issues that are of the nature of our country. Today, Kenyans know there is something called finance bill. Today, Kenyans know that we have a debt problem. Today, Kenyans know that there is a connection between the taxes we raise and the services we get and the difference it makes in us not exposing our country to debt. That's a very good place to be. Let us continue this conversation. Secondly, I am also very happy because we are beginning to see institutions working in Kenya. That as the executive, we have made proposals to the legislature. The legislature have interrogated those proposals. The public has interrogated those proposals. The public have recommended, through public participation, their feelings, their